Alright, let's talk the Partials series. It is written by Dan Wells. It's a 3-part series. The first one called The Partials, second Fragments, and third Ruins. I've been on apparently a science fiction kick lately, which again I told you isn't my normal go-to, but I actually really enjoyed this one too. And again, it was also written by a guy, so that's pretty cool. So I'm going to set the scene for you. It may seem like I'm giving a lot away, but I'm not, because this is all kind of like backstory in the book. And then you kind of find out all about it in like the first 2 chapters, so it's not really giving much away at all. So there was a US war, and the scientists needed to make these humanoid robots, but made out of flesh and everything, to help them win the war. They were called Partials. They had heightened skills and all that jazz. Dog is getting on me. After the war was over, they weren't being treated very well, kind of being oppressed by society, kind of treated as second-class citizens. So they got angry and decided they wanted to fight back, so another war came about between the Partials and the humans. Humans obviously lost, and now there's pockets of human life living around, and the largest one that is known is living in Long Island, and they're all kind of working together to survive. And they're still Partials, but they're kind of a neutral threat right now, because the main issue is that a virus was released that made it so any babies born wouldn't survive past birth, and so obviously that's a problem because their population is getting smaller and smaller, and so they're kind of worried about that. So that's where we meet our main character that comes in. Her name is Kira. She is kind of studying to be a nurse, and she becomes helping in the helping with the newborns and everything, and trying to figure out that problem with the virus. They need lots of births because they're trying to find somebody that's immune, so they're just trying to get girls to pop out kids left and right. And she comes up with an idea that she thinks will help with the virus, but obviously nobody's too taken with the idea that she comes up with. But because she's our heroine, and like all good heroines do, she goes about to try and do it anyways to solve the problem, even if people aren't happy about it. She takes some friends along the road, and we meet some new characters, and throughout the story it does change character point of view quite a bit. The first book though is mostly her, but in the other 2 books I feel like it changes around quite a bit. One of them being her friend Marcus, and I really liked him because he was the comic relief, so I would look forward to any scene with him or when it was from his point of view. Let's see, it was probably one of the most detailed books I've read in a while. There was quite a bit of medical terminology in there, and I really thought the author had to have had some medical background, because I mean, it got pretty descriptive, because the whole story's about her trying to like find this virus and everything, and you learn about how these Partials were made, and it seemed like really believable. But after I was done reading, I went back and researched the author, and he didn't appear to have any medical history whatsoever, so it was really believable. So good job, Dan, which I also found out was from Utah, so pretty cool. And I kind of want to go to this seminar where he's going to be talking, so I'll let you know if I do that. So at times I felt like I was maybe getting a little bit lost between all the details of the story and changing from character to character and different stories happening at one time. However, all the characters did come together and they worked together, but I got a little lost sometimes, and I'm not sure if it was just because sometimes I was wrangling a child, so I don't know if it's completely fair to me to say that, but sometimes I did have a crawling child while I was trying to read, which didn't work the best. But overall, I loved it, even though I had to reread some pages sometimes to make sure I didn't miss anything. So you should go pick it up and see if Kira can cure this virus before she herself has to become that certain age where she has to start popping out kids, and see if she can help save the society and repopulate it.